Well, what's going on at the beaches in North Auckland? Residents say busloads of people are turning up and basically stripping the beaches, doing irreparable damage. One Army Bay resident in Whangaparoa says people are using piano wire and building tools. Very inventive, but to strip the sea life from local beaches, adding the peninsula has become a place for groups to take as much as they can find. He said a few years ago you could gather as many cockles as you wanted within a few minutes, but nowadays there's literally hundreds of people combing the beach, and the cockles are now no bigger than your thumbnail. He said in the 70s you could gather as many as you wanted within a few minutes. Well, it was the 70s, but I hear what you're saying. He points out that part of the ecosystem is important to the seabirds and the other fish. They rely on the food source. Further north, residents at Omaha Beach are noticing the same thing. Groups of people hitting the beach with bowls of sea life, like starfish. One family was seen with a huge bowl, half to 2/3 of it full of black little snails. It was estimated there was thousands of them because they were so tiny. So, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know how much you are allowed to take, but I do know to completely strip a beach is not what should be happening. Ngāti Manuhiri Settlement Trust Chief Executive Nicola MacDonald says the damage is extensive, and she joins me now. Nicola, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Leah.
I did not know what was going on. Nicola, was this just, do you think, happening in the North Beaches, or have you heard of anywhere else?
Look, it's happening in a lot of places where there's built-up areas close to coastal beaches. So it's not just in the north of Auckland. We've seen it in the west of Auckland. There's reports in the far north as well. The tourist hotspots, but all coastal beaches are under attack.
Wow. And Nicola, when you remove the marine and the shellfish from these low-lying rock pools, what does that mean for marine life?
Well, look, I'll put it really simply. For an oyster to grow, it's between 3 to 5 years. A little old limpet is 3 years. So when you remove them, that's it. They're gone.
Yeah. What about, like I said, I admitted I don't know how many, we used to go and get cockles and pippies and stuff. Is there a limit on those? Surely there must be.
There are limits, but I think that those limits are outdated now. Wow. And they're outdated for real good reasons. We've got more people living in cities, and so what might have worked well, as the earlier person had spoken around in the 70s, certainly doesn't work well now in Auckland. We're close on 2 million people, so we do need to update those regulations. We need to get harder and tighter on it.
So the way I believe that the fisheries, they do have people out there, don't they? They've got, I think Fisheries New Zealand said they have 21 full-time fishery officers, but that patrols the Auckland area. But that's not enough, Nicola, or what should we be doing?
No, it's dreadfully not enough. And, I've got to ask the question, are you actually really patrolling the beaches, or are you looking for bigger issues to patrol? And I would say it would be the latter. There's one boat that fisheries has, and it's closed up in Ngāti. So, it's really going to get serious. We need a few more boats. We definitely need to involve our community, because our community are best eyes and ears to get on top of it.
Well, actually, that's. I'm glad you brought that up, Nicola, because what's your advice to those that are going to the beaches and collecting, shellfish and the like, which we've done for decades in New Zealand. We're all on beaches, but what's your advice, and what's for those that might see, people gathering more and what they shouldn't be gathering?
Yes, well, we definitely need better signage. I think a lot of people, especially New Zealanders, may not realise that there's sizes that you can take and sizes that you can't. So we need a bit more signage out there. We need to have better public education and awareness. And if all else fails, then we need to look at prohibition and restrictions.
Yep. Can I just move on to something else that I saw too, Nicola? I see the government's to introduce funding for projects to develop technology to control exotic seaweed. Now, have I said this right? Is it Kalupa? Kalupa?
Kalupa.
Kalupa. Kalupa. Firstly, what is this exotic kalupa?
Well, it looks like a seaweed, but it's got a nasty bite to it. So it's not a native seaweed to New Zealand. Mm-hmm. We're not quite sure how it got into our shores, but what it does, in a nutshell, is it suffocates the seafloor, which will destroy scallops and mussels and tawa, all the things that we, that as New Zealanders, as Kiwis, we enjoy. Yeah. And it's fast, it's an aggressive seaweed that can wipe out huge bays, and we're seeing that now.